Relatable Reese is going to join me, and we're going to talk about some shockingly crazy cult mom comments. Hey, everybody, welcome, welcome. I'm Natalie. This is Scientology Life After a Cult. And guess who is here with me once again is Relatable Reese.
Natalie,
The
thank you for having me.
The crowd goes wild.
Oh, please, not even close. Hey, babe, by the way, speaking of crowds, I loved your stream today.
Oh, thank you. With the
And I love you in a hat.
Me and my boo. I was wearing a hat all day, so I had to stay in a hat because you know how that commitment goes.
Yeah, I wear hats all the time. I am a hat girl. You look so cute in a hat. Not everybody can pull it off. You look really good in a hat.
I want to live them now. I've been inspired by some of your videos when you worn them because sometimes I'm like, I just don't want to. The hair is just not giving me anything I can work with. I just need more hats. I have two that I kind of like. Do you have a place you get? Hey, where'd you get that? Ask me about my cult hat. I'm dying. I want it. Is it in your merch store?
It is now, but I bought it on Etsy, and I don't recommend that only because, my God, it took 6 weeks because it came from like Norwegia.
But it's in your merch
That was
shop.
an inside joke from a movie. I know it's Norway. Give me more of that salmon from Norwegia. Jennifer Coolidge is one of my favorites. What were you saying? The hat took too long. So I do have it in my merch shop. And I think it's hilarious. Yeah. Ask me about my cult. There's a lot of hats. If you just type in on Etsy, like Scientology or cult leader, it'll pull all that stuff up.
Okay.
I have a lot of those hats.
I'm going to look. I'm going to take inspiration and then I'm going to make it in my own merch shop. Make it order one for me.
Do that. I forgot that I could do that. And I was like, why am I doing this? Why don't we just make one?
Yeah. I did that with a sweatshirt a couple of weeks ago, which I thought was hilarious. But yes, today it was just a beautiful day here in Minnesota. It was a great time to get out with my daughter and my sister and do some protesting at Scientology in the Twin Cities. And I took my boo Xenu with me, my galactic overlord that I'm having I guess tryst you'd call it with.
Sick little tryst.
That's right. It's naughty.
That's funny. You're cute. Yeah, no, that was great. It looked like a good day for it. It inspired me. I feel like I need to get out there and do the same thing.
It was fun. Oh my gosh. I thought about you this morning because I was doing a recap of Dan Walks LA. We normally see him in LA doing live streaming outside Scientology, and he was in Nashville. And he went by the Nashville org. Their whole fence where you were, a whole section of it is like fallen over. Was it like that when you saw it last?
No, but I was there just like a month ago? No. What do you mean? It's fallen over. It's like an iron gate.
Exactly. It's like an iron gate. It's like a giant truck might have rammed into it. I don't know. And there's this giant brick part of it that's just fallen over and bricks everywhere. They didn't even try to clean it up. Now, I did see a hubcap, which made me think, you know what? It probably did get hit by a car. And then I thought, how long ago was Reese here?
That sounds like a seriously PTS situation that I had nothing to do with.
Well, I'm just wondering.
I'm committing felonies all over the place, but I haven't yet in Tennessee.
I've heard that about you, but I heard you were turning over a new leaf and you were going to cool it with the felonies.
A lot of new leaves I'm turning over. Yeah. Trying to cool it. Control myself. I got my first felony at 40, which the judge told me is rare. It's rare. Yeah. And so I'm really trying to just slow down. I don't want to live a life of crime.
Exactly. I know you've learned a lot about how to survive in prison, but I just feel like, although I got to be honest, I feel like if you were in prison, you would actually do all right. I feel like you would make friends with your cellie, and before you know it, you'd have book club going, and it would just be, you'd be doing your whole relatable Reese, but not on the internet because they don't let you on the internet, but you could do it live in prison. Yeah.
You know, I would date the warden too. Like I would be all over that. He would be my boyfriend. I recently dated a criminal and it was nice. I actually watched a movie last night and the girl was like, "You didn't like him?" And she was like, "He was a convict." And she was like, "I'm not gonna date a convict." And she goes, "White collar convict? It was a fancy prison." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I dated. It was a white collar situation." Um, yeah, no, but now that I'm a convict, we'll see how that goes when I date and they
Are you gonna
see,
are you gonna add it to your dating profile if you were to do one? What's the most interesting thing about you? That kind of a thing, would you throw in there? Like, I might be a convict.
like, I'm convict, yeah, and, like, I'm all about fitness and, like, I would put in things that would attract a man for sure. I
Yeah.
find that attractive. I'm a bit of a convict on the weekends. Convict on the weekends.
Convict for play. Was it convict for pay?
Yeah, I would somebody's gonna want me. That's what I keep thinking every day now. When I do finally decide to date, there's gonna be somebody.
Oh, yeah.
There is
When
a
you're
lid for
ready.
every trash can.
When you are ready, when you decide to open up those floodgates, you will be being hit in the face with so many you know whats, it's not even going to be funny. I'm just saying, when you are ready to receive all that the universe has for you, right now, you just enjoying doing your own thing.
Right. You think I'm gonna be, just walking into every swinging D?
Mhm. I think
Really?
when you're ready, oh my gosh, totally. Girl, you are a catch. You're pretty, you're
Um,
funny, you're
I have a beard.
sassy, you got a vibe. Sometimes people like that.
Really? Okay, well, we'll see. I have a loud personality, and most men don't like that, I'm told.
No, good men. A man
White
likes
collar convicts.
maybe not. I mean, who am I to say too? I mean, I've just gone the alien route and I'm just kind of hanging there right now. I just
True.
decided,
You're
well,
dating an extraterrestrial. I'm
yeah,
gonna find another
exactly.
convict.
Exactly. With a history with Scientology. And honestly, I'll be honest, I'll be straight up. People have asked me, "Hey, Natalie, are you just dating Xenu, the galactic overlord, because you know Scientology would hate it?" Hell yeah, I am.
That would be correct. We're
There's
doing
no
all of
other
that
reason.
because they hate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he doesn't put a lot of demands on me when we're together. He's just way too grabby and stuff. But otherwise I get to have my space and I need that right now. This is my time to really heal, work on myself. But I got to tell you with certainty, my Tony would be totally okay with this relationship.
Even though he's grabby. See, I like a handsy man. I have to be honest, I
Yeah.
love handsy.
Well, you might want to go the galactic overlord route. I mean,
Okay.
it's new to me, but yeah. I mean, I feel like Rain says here, you know what they say, once you go green.
Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like handsy and apparently convicts. So I'm gonna get another white collar fancy prison handsy convict.
Yeah, there you go. A
That's what I'm
handsy
looking
one.
for. Yeah.
Time to, what, maybe you should do what, because we're going to be looking at some crazy cult mom comments, and some of them are also on the topics of relationships, and in Scientology it's called the second dynamic. So people will introduce their person or partner as their 2D, because that's not weird. This
Well,
is
I
my
mean, for me,
2D
it was all the time.
that
Did you
you
ever my whole upbringing in Scientology was the 2D. No one ever said husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend ever. For me, it was just always, "Oh, that's my 2D. That used to be my 2D," or, "I'm getting a 2D flow," or I mean, it was always that.
And you know what? My former husband, no, he was very much this is my wife. And I would say, "Oh, this is my husband." That's one thing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because he got into Scientology well into adulthood and I was already starting to rebel a little bit by then.
Mhm. That could be. That's interesting though, because seriously, nobody over in Kansas City
Yeah.
and growing up in Omaha, it was always the 2D. Like, nobody used husband or wife. Just, "This is
Mhm.
my 2D." Yeah.
My 2D. Let's just call it something that no one else will understand.
No, well, that's what Scientology is, but, I
Exactly.
mean, I'd like to get a few of them myself. Alright, well, let's just see.
Let's get to some mom comments here. And first off, I have a link down below in the description of this video to Reese's channel. But if you have not, if you are somehow living under some kind of a rock and you know better, you do better, and you now know you can subscribe to Reese, then you should. Relatable Reese, tons of laughs. I shower with her on almost a daily basis. It's mostly, that's why I tell people, I'm like, I need you to create content on a daily basis, because when you don't, you know what happens? I don't shower.
I've been having that problem myself lately. I get that.
Yeah, it's like the thing that motivates me, like, okay, you would think it wouldn't be so hard to take a shower, but I don't know, right now it's a chore that I have to do. And so that's what I tell myself is I'm saving, your whatever show you did for the shower, and it gets me in there. So it would be a huge help to me if you would do at least 6 days a week of content.
Okay. I get that. No, I get it. It's similar to not having a 2D. I don't shower as much, and I noticed too that I don't shave as much. And I had to do that today. It almost took me a damn hour to get control of the hamster. And I'm going to have to get a 2D again because I don't care for my lower half as often, I find, if I don't have one.
Well, you don't want to have to bring that, like a lawnmower into the shower. I mean,
No.
you do need to keep it under
No,
control.
it was like a straight up John Deere situation. It was bad. It was serious. It was bad. I felt sorry for myself.
Well, happy Aloha Friday, everybody. That's what it is Friday, right? Yeah,
It's Friday. It is.
I'm going to pull this up here. We are going to look at, can you kind of give a little background on where you found these goodies?
Probably should. Okay, guys. So I used to do these with Aaron. And what this group was called, it's a private group on Facebook called Scientology Moms. I had been in this group since I was pregnant with Huxley. So 2008 is when I think I joined that group. And there's a lot of crazy stuff in it. And it's all, like I said yesterday when I was preparing you guys for this, it's the behind the curtain stuff. This is seasoned Scientology talk, speak, language. It's a private, no public could see this. So the point is, this stuff's fascinating because you never get to see the behind the curtain show. They don't show it. So I love that I have those audio tapes. I love that I have this stuff. So what happened was Aaron and I talked about this group once when I went live with him. I don't know, quite a while ago. And I thought, oh my God, they're going to kick me out. Like they had forgotten that I was still in it, even after I got declared. So then after I ended the live with Aaron, I went nuts at home and I was like, I can't make dinner. Nobody talk to me. Nobody look at me. And I screenshot like 400 screenshots and then they kicked me out. So that's what happened. And that's how I have all these screenshots because as soon as I talked about it on the live, I was done, put a fork in it. So I screenshot all this stuff.
Yeah, they kicked you out of there. And it's interesting because I think one of the biggest things that might help people see is the mindset into a Scientology parent, or at least a mom, to understand. In a lot of it, you see how many of them, they're just doing what they're brainwashed into doing, what they believe to be best for their kids. Some of it is outright like, whoa.
Insane. And it's gold. I mean, honestly, this is Scientology gold, the stuff you're about to see. And look, I loved doing it with Aaron, but I do feel like this will be more fun with Nat because we're both women. We're both mothers. We've both been 2Ds and we were more than anything Scientologists through and through. So this will be interesting to laugh and break it down and just kind of get her take on it. This is going to be you are in for a show tonight.
All right, let's jump in here. I'll read this first one here. Hi, moms. My son is 6. He will be 7 in March. He's very tall, but he's overweight as well. He loves food, and although he eats healthy food most of the time, he just eats a lot, as if he was a grown-up. Many of you know him. I welcome suggestions on helping him lose some weight or at least stop gaining. My husband weighs him occasionally and he keeps gaining weight, about 2 pounds per month. This is too much. One issue I encounter is when other kids eat, he wants to eat too. If other members of the family want to eat a burger, hard to tell him he can't. And so I find myself denying food to a 6-year-old. I don't even know where to start with that one. For one, this kid is 6 going on 7, and him gaining 2 pounds a month is a problem? In what world? I just
As we go through these, you will see how crazy some of these moms get. Like, it's just the attention they put on, like, bodies and, like, just he's 6 years old. He's 6. The kid may or may not even be in kindergarten. Like, he's 6 years old, and yeah, the body shaming in that one is strong, but it's, that's a bad one, but we're gonna see, like, that to me, that was a sad one, but that was also very easy to understand. We're gonna get into some thicker, like, Scientology verbiage ones, like,
yeah.
and we'll really see the de-swinging that goes on with these women as far as, "I'm OT8, my husband's OT8," like, they do that a lot, Nat. Or they'll
Yeah.
be like, "Where are you at on the bridge?" And I'm OTA. It's like, if you recall, Scientology is all de-swinging. It's very like, where we're at on the bridge. I
Mhm.
just got my invite to my OT levels. Like, it's
Mhm.
all about, like, who you know and where you're at on the bridge. And
Oh,
if you're
totally,
under
and what you
tier,
donate.
you're a nobody.
We just became humanitarians of the International Association of Scientologists.
Platinum humanitarians of the
Mhm.
Galactic Confederacy.
I think though, don't you think though, even outside outside of Scientology, there's always like things are clicky. I just find it so interesting that in Scientology, in this cult, that still exists and exists in these weird ways. So now let's see. Somebody mentions a solution to this. Oh hell no. Is that Britney Ruiz? Oh
Oh,
hell
yeah, I know.
no.
Aaron knows
Oh
her too.
hell no. Brittany Garrett, the same one.
Mhm.
She used to be, oh, this girl. I can't even tell you. I'm gonna go. Nope, can't do it. Not
She's all over
today,
this.
Satan. Not today.
Britney Ruiz is all over this. She's all in this group a lot.
Mm. No, that woman messed with my family back in the day, and I'm still obviously pissed off about it. So I'm gonna withhold
Oh, wow.
because not today, Satan. Not today. You're not gonna get me. Nope, nope. I'm not catching a case today. We're gonna just let this one go and go right past it.
I didn't
Brittany.
know her.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you later. She told me this whole lie story in recruiting my daughter. It was just so BS. Um,
Yuck. She sounds
okay, this
awful.
this one is a weird one, okay? I mean,
Mhm.
they all kind of are, but I didn't understand. I was like, what in the world? Well, despite any uneasy feelings about the situation, I did it. I left my kids. I left my husband. I left our home. I left my job. Now, remember, people, this is like on social media. This is like out there. I literally, without any exaggeration, had $13.27 in my bank account the evening I decided I was going to leave, but I knew I had to go. I have been in a great amount of disagreement with all that's been going on this planet. I tried like hell to just go on with my life, with our lives, and push it all out of the foreground until one day I realized that I desperately needed to do my part to rise above it all and go OT, which means operating Thetan.
Leave your family, leave your kids.
Ditch your kids, ditch your family. And again, I'm like, you have $13.27 in the bank, and this is a good idea to leave your home.
Mathematically, none of this, I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but none of this seems to make sense, but go on.
So she says, so here I sit in Clearwater, counting down the days, hours, minutes, and seconds until I'm able to arrive at the advanced organization. Not even 100% sure where I'm going to pull everything in from, but at the same time, knowing it will come. I miss my kids, I miss my husband, and I'm sure they would do the same in return, but I'm doing this for them. Here's the justification on dumping your kids and your family. I'm doing this for them, for the planet, for all of you and everyone, and maybe even for myself. I just then she goes on to say, I wanted to share this small portion of what is apparently my story this time around in the hope that it touches someone in such a way that they're able to disagree to the point of rising above. So, as uneasy as I may be while sitting here typing this, I am even more aware of the impact this trip will make. This girl, this woman left her kids and her family with $13. Please, what am I missing, Reese? Explain.
It feels a little cart before the horse. Now, I jump to conclusions and I jump all over the place myself. I'm fairly erratic. I tend to cart before the horse as well. This one feels a little less thought out to me. Bye, kids. Bye, husband. Bye, Tootie. See you, kids. Get them the pesky ass kids out of here. Mm-hmm. And I've got this $13. See, I would have spent that at Taco Bell. If I had $13 left, you better believe I would have been getting a Mexican pizza.
That's a lot of tacos.
Yeah, I don't understand how you pay for your OT levels doing that. But she was just doing her part, just doing it on this planet in particular.
How are you going to eat? And welcome, by the way, everybody coming in from Club Brain Fog on a room raid. Thank you for being here on a room raid. And there's our Kelly. Hello, gorgeous ladies. Love your collabs.
Hey, babe.
Kelly, this is craziness. This is just insanity. Even to get auditing, you have to be able to buy food. You have to buy vitamins. This lady literally up and went like, I don't know how it's going to happen. It's just going to happen.
I think she just hated her kids and husband. Honestly, I think it was just, I find that was weak. That was an excuse to just say, I'm going up the bridge. But we all know that she was really just found another 2D and didn't want them damn kids.
Oh, yeah. She's like
a heavy ass 6-year-old that keeps gaining weight. Hamburgers.
2 pounds a month too. Oh my gosh. That's like somebody call Weight Watchers. That's just insane.
I ate 2 pounds of candy corn yesterday. Like that's weak. Those are rookie numbers.
I had a 2-pound burger for lunch. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, those are rookie numbers. You need to pump those numbers up. Yeah, that's
it's just evil.
I love how she starts it off too. I miss my kids. I miss my husband. I don't have a plan. I took our last $13 and I left. Yeah. How admirable.
I know. But to save the planet, she's doing it. And what's crazy to me is that she's encouraging other people to join her in this psychosis. Like, hey, if you really want to save the planet, if you just can't take it anymore, just leave everybody and bring your $13 and move to Clearwater. It makes no sense at all.
Leave your chubby 6-year-old behind and go to Clearwater. Terrible. Guys, you get it? Like, still, even that one wasn't that heavy yet. Like, we're gonna get into some that are really off the wall, like picking bodies for your pregnant fetus inside your uterus,
or the vomiting child. This one here, currently losing my mind over this. My kids for month has been putting his hand in his mouth and gagging himself. He has made himself throw up several times. I pull his hand out and he puts it right back in and laughs. I give snacks, toys, and everything to distract him. If I ignore him, he will actually throw up. I don't know what to do, but it's driving me nuts.
Well, first of all, get your TRs in because nothing should be driving you nuts. You have that kind of proper training. What would you do if you were a Scientologist in this situation? Now, I would obviously start with an assist. And if that didn't work, I would tell that little being to find a new home.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to start over someplace else.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is this isn't even something that's ridiculously unusual. I can remember where my kids were in preschool and there was a vomiter. There was a vomiter and then there was the kid who would hold his breath until he passed out. And I feel like at that, I know it's really making me wonder, like, what kind of school was this? Like, where did I put you? It was a Montessori school. It was preschool. It was bizarre. But anyways, just so happened to have these kids there. And their advice was pretty much to ignore it. The one who held the breath, they would just blow on his face. But the more you make it an issue, the more they're going to do it. The kid thought it was funny to throw up. Now, failing being able to say, hey, explain why this is bad for you. You want to hear the honest truth about what I would have said as a Scientology parent. So do not come for me after I tell you this. You know what I would have said as a Scientology parent? I
Quit your
would have
advertising.
showed I would have showed this child graphic photos of what happens to your teeth when you throw up too much and what happens to your esophagus. Too gruesome.
Oh,
Too gruesome. It's a too
that's nothing. Okay. Maybe I
You don't
shouldn't
think
share
that's
what I would have
specific?
done.
Oh my gosh, what would you
I
have
mean,
done?
first of all, I would have found a toddler rescue immediately. But like when my dogs act up, I show them pictures of dogs in rescues, and I'm like, "Do you want to go live in a kennel? Do you want to go to the pound?" So I would have just shown a child at your local kennel as well, and said, "Do you want to go live in an orphanage?
Mhm.
Because you're
That's
really
where you're
getting on
at.
my last nerve, and I'm trying to go OT here, and you're really holding me back in the mess universe." And you just start over, and you get a whole new kid.
Yeah, you're
You just got to start
counterintention,
over. You just got to get a whole new kid.
telling you. And for the record, I saw someone's a Montessori teacher. I love Montessori. It was these 2 kids who were weird, not the school. Although they did once call me in because they said they had to change my daughter's diaper too often, and I thought, "Well, I'm sorry, you have one job, it's daycare. She's a toddler, she's not yet potty trained. What do you want from me?" I didn't read in the description, the agreement I signed that there was a 1 poop a day rule. Like, what do you want from They actually told me, Reese, that it smelled bad. I got called in because my preschool child poop stunk too much for the staff.
Was that because you were feeding this child the barley formula?
Probably,
Were your
probably.
kids on the barley formula? Huxley was raised on it.
Oh, yeah,
I was
let's
on
see,
it. I was
1,
raised on it
2
too.
yeah, all 3 of them were. All 3 of
That
them
was
got
a
that barley formula.
pain in the ass to make, I'll tell you right now. I feel like my whole first 3 years of Huxley's life, I was just making the barley formula every
Do you
day
remember
in a
how to
crock
make it?
pot.
Let people know what that is.
It's LRH, of course, invented something for everything out there. He said that this was if you recall, well, speaking of recall, he recalled the best formula for babies. He recalled it back in the Roman soldier days. He wrote that. He
Yeah,
said, "I
he
recalled
remembered
it."
from his past life,
He
you're
took
right.
himself in session. Yep, he took himself in session and recalled what the Roman soldiers would drink before they would go to war. And this had the most like perfect ratios of like um, protein and whatever in it. So it was you take muslin cloth. I had to
Mhm.
go to Joann's fabric store and buy that shit by the yard. And you take muslin cloth and you wrap it in, I don't know, 2 cups of barley or something. And I would buy organic barley at Whole Foods. And then you tie it and you put it in a crock pot and boil it for like 8 hours until the water turns pink. And that's the good stuff is the barley water. And then I used goat's milk.
Well, and the
Um,
Karo syrup, don't forget about the Karo
and well,
syrup.
I'm getting there. The K-Rose syrup was the worst. You had to put a ton of that in. And then, funnily enough, when Huxley was 2, he had his first anesthesia because he had to have all kinds of like baby root canals and surgeries on his teeth. And he had like 19 caps because his teeth were rotted out of his head. So I'm pretty sure that K-Rose syrup, and funnily enough, I had the same problem. My dad wouldn't take me to the dentist because we didn't believe in that when we were
Oh,
little.
yeah.
So my mom took me to a dental college and I had caps on all of my teeth. And I was a
Mhm.
barley baby too. So that was what Huxley was on for like he drank it for the first 3 years of his life.
Mhm. Yep, same with each of my 3 kids in terms of the barley formula. Maybe not as long. I think I did it for like a year, and after that, I'm like, "You're off formula. This is way too much."
No, he just loved it, and I was so encouraged to keep doing it by my in-laws that, like, they were like, "Why not? It's so good for his brain and his body and his system, like, you should just keep making it." And I was like, "This is a full-time job." It took forever to make that stuff.
Oh, it did, and it only lasted it's not like it lasted forever too, right? Wasn't it like you had to use it within a couple days?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I got written up. I got in big trouble because I altered the formula because he didn't say goat's milk. I don't remember what he said to use. I'd
I
love to
used
find the
goat's milk, but I think he
policy.
said milk, but.
Maybe he did just say regular cow's milk, but I researched that and I was like, that's terrible for an infant, like a 1-day-old infant. And my in-laws were like, goat's milk is better on their tummies. So yeah, I did it with goat's milk and I got major reports written on me for altering policy.
Wow. For
And
doing
as you know,
this.
that's a suppressive act. To
Yeah.
alter policy is a suppressive act. So I got reports written on me that I was being an SP even then. And you know what? It really turned out they were
It was a
right.
precursor. I mean,
It
the
was
writing was on the wall with you. I don't know why they didn't see it sooner.
pretty obvious.
This one's suppressive.
Pretty sure my dad called that when I was like 5, but yeah, he was right. He was right.
Me too. The only reason they wanted me to become an ethics officer was in hopes that I would become more ethical as a Scientologist.
That sounds right. That feels
Joke's on
right.
you. Joke's on
Yeah.
you. So the only thing worse than that, like I think the poor lady with the vomiting child, are some of the responses on what she should do. One of them is have him clean his vomit. Now, did this lady say how old this kid was? Do you remember? Let's go back a little bit here. My son, she doesn't say how old he is.
You know what, though? It doesn't matter. I don't care if the kid's 5. I don't care if he's 15. Have him clean his own vomit. I'm guessing he's young. He's probably 7 or under if he's sticking his hand in his mouth to make himself
Yeah,
puke.
my guess would be even under 5. And other people are saying, "Oh, my 2-year-old does it. We remove his hand from his mouth and tell him why we're doing this, and then give him something else, like his pacifier or toy or anything."
I want to
And
say
then
real quick,
yeah,
Kelly Copter said, "Is breastfeeding not allowed in Scientology?" I wanted to answer that real quick
yeah,
because he does include in the Barley Formula reference on that, do not breastfeed. He says, do not breastfeed because modern mothers in these modern times have horrible diets. They don't eat the proper amount of protein and they're just dirty, dirty women. So, no, don't do it. I recall like how frowned upon if someone tried to breastfeed as a Scientologist, like, oh no, LRH says not to do that.
no.
He really said, don't do it. Like your child won't get any nutrition. The barley formula is the only way. Hey, look who it is.
L. Ron Hubbard screwing over kids since day one.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron,
I
look at
wonder
this
if
lovely
Aaron's kids
SP.
did that.
Yeah, Aaron's Aaron, did your kids have barley? They must have had barley. Although, I mean, you were kind of a half-ass Scientologist
He
at
was
times,
a
so
half-ass. He cut
you were
some corners
dilettante.
big time. He
Exactly.
was. Yeah, he was.
Namby-pamby.
He was very
That's a sign. That's
he
what
was
L.
reasonable.
He
He
was
was
very
very
reasonable.
reasonable.
Growing up in Scientology, Aaron says that was probably one of LRH's problems. He was never breastfed as a child.
One of many, probably. He really was against breastfeeding though. No barley for his kids they nursed. Interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
That makes sense though. That goes along with his namby-pambiness.
Yeah, your lack of dedication to Scientology. The writing was on the wall with you too,
No
Aaron Early.
loyalty. No loyalty
That's right.
whatsoever.
Slacker. Lacking dedication.
Super reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
Very
You need
reasonable.
false data stripping on what it means to be a parent, my friend.
He violated keeping Scientology working every day.
Yes. You're supposed to be here on the same terms as the rest of us. So this one lady, Jill, chimes in, about the little vomit kid and is like, have him clean his vomit. He won't
Sorry, yeah.
do it again.
Do you want to pull it back up or did you lose
Oh,
it?
hold on. I thought I did. I was just talking to myself. Have him clean his vomit. He won't do it again. One of my children had poop, quote, accidents. She put quotes in accidents. Just being lazy. I refused to clean the mess and had my child do it. After having to clean the clothes a few times, no more accidents. Putting the responsibility for actions on the child helps them understand consequences, a needed skill for adulthood. And then the lady says, he's 18 months and doesn't talk yet. You get that
He's
18-month-old over
18
there.
months? Get a
You make it
job.
clean that shit up. What a lazy other fish to fry of a
Talk
child.
about the vice president of lazy. Get a
Yeah.
job, kid. Get a job. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
These aren't
Nat,
accidents. You're lazy.
guys, if this doesn't tell you why I have that weird mindset of like, I'm not a victim and this is the whole like You pulled it in, like, you're responsible for everything. They condition these kids at a young age. That was me at 18 months.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "Clean it up yourself and get a damn job. You know what? Start making a paycheck around here. We're getting sick of it. You're not pulling your weight, kid." Yeah,
That's so true. I have to
it's
admit
true.
something though. I will admit this. I did do this, but my children were older. They were like, like
Like
9, 10.
19 months.
Yeah. I waited till they were 19 months before I made these little bastards clean up their own vomit and poop because I'm a good mom.
You shit ass little lazy kids. You better change your own diaper.
Get to the laundry while you're at it. No, they were like 9, 10. I got to ask them to double check. But even I did the same thing with Tony's boys too, because I have a very sensitive gag reflex. So it was in large part out of like, I'm like, it's going to be a vomit train. So I would just, and I got to say, they made it to the toilet every time after that when they had to throw up. But they were older, like 9, 10 years old. I still stand by it. I would still do that today. But not an 18-month-old. That's gross.
They should have been this seems right to me. I'm actually mad that the 3 cats I have, I'm having to change their own litter boxes. Like, they should be doing this themselves.
They should.
This is pure laziness.
You're enabling them.
I'm an enabler. Yeah, that's
You are.
18 months, Nat. That is the worst thing. I hate to laugh, but it's so old hat to me. Like, you guys are probably in shock. I'm not. This is how people talk in Scientology. It's nothing. 18 months old. Like, you were just 80 19 months ago. Like, you should have your head on your shoulders at this point and be able to care for yourself.
You should know what's up. Slackers. This is on your channel. Baby Steps 22 says that makes me furious as an RN and lactation consultant.
As it should. As well it should.
We are right there with you. We are right there with you. So let's see. Let me just pull this up again and see if any of these other responses are worth mentioning. Yeah, clean it up. It was a phase. He probably likes your reaction.
Did you see that lady? She said he likes creating an effect. The one before. You just switched. Before? Oh gosh, I do remember a brief phase of one of my sons doing this. We just totally ignored it and he eventually stopped. Well, I do that with Reddit, to be fair. I think he liked creating the effect of me mildly freaking out. I do think he did throw up some, but again, he eventually stopped. So yeah, he's just dramatizing.
He was. You know what you do? You throw up back on that kid. Yeah. You give him a little taste of his own medicine.
Shit all over him. Get the cat poop out of the litter box and smear it on
him. We can't enable this behavior. These are big beings in little bodies. These are the thetans that are going to be running Scientology. They can't be soft.
These are junior executives. They know full well what they're doing. They're creating effects. Not on my watch. Not in my house.
Exactly.
Not in my house. Absolutely not.
No. All right, let's see here. So I don't know. I wish she would have came back with a follow-up, but other people are saying, can you try ignoring it? This one says, I would think this is something he is dramatizing. So pay attention to it. Might make it continue, but if you don't react, he'll stop. So he's dramatizing. That's another word Scientologists love.
That's what I was saying. Quit dramatizing. My dad said it to me all the time. Knock off the dramatization.
We're going to skip the picture ones. Yeah, knock off the dramatization. Oh, I don't know if I can.
Your buddy.
I can't stand her. I cannot.
All right, well, you're gonna go to another one. I want you to get triggered now.
Switch it. I will. I'll just get irritated. Okay. Let's see. Would you remember this one? I attested to my objectives. I started the
Scientology survival rundown. I'm sorry, survival rundown.
with my twin on April 1st and just finished this Saturday. Both me and my twin are moms. She has 3 kids. I have 2. We both made it go right to work out a schedule, arrange babysitting, and just did it. My life has truly changed since doing the objectives. And can I just say here, can we just point out that the objectives processing goes like this? Look at that wall. Thank you. Walk over to that wall. Thank you. Touch that wall. Thank you.
Thank you.
Turn around. Thank you. And in your head, you're like, I want to freaking kill myself. It's just, it's repetitive. Sometimes you get to touch things, right? Wasn't it like walk over to that paper cutter, touch that paper cutter? And I'd be like, I want to chop your hand off with this paper cutter.
Well, like the one that Aaron and I talked about, did you forget the one where they'd go touch something and then touch a body part and they could pick any body part? So like I had a grown man running objectives on me, Al Adrian's. He was probably 60 at the time. I remember being like 14, 13, doing my objectives with him. And he was like, touch that table. Good. Touch your vagina. Good. Yeah. No joke. It was no joke. Or he'd go touch that wall. Good. Touch your left breast. Good.
Oh my God.
Don't you remember that? They even said in the policy to do it like that, like to make the person uncomfortable and confront their body parts.
Oh my God. I must have totally blacked it out. I did the objectives. I co-audited it when I was in my teens.
Shit. Yeah. Me and Aaron talked about that a lot once on a live. Yeah, that there was that one too, like super, super making you uncomfortable to confront that particular body part.
Yeah. No one said that happened to me too. Wow. I 100% blocked that out. I did the objectives. I co-audited it, probably because I was young when I did it too. Wow.
I was very young. Yeah. I did my first objectives this summer when I turned 13 after 9th grade.
So this is what this mom is doing. Hey, Z News. Good to see you.
I saw Al Adrian's yesterday. You must have been in Kansas City. That's where he lives.
Yeah. So she's there every Thursday at the org with auditing Scientology KC, protesting outside the org. So you would probably recognize all kinds of people from there.
Oh, yeah. Al Adrian's, I heard, joined staff. So yeah, he's there all the time.
All right, let's see. So she goes on to say, I had so many incredible wins on this rundown. One of my biggest ones was regaining a sense of integrity that I've never felt before, ever. My strength as a being and knowingness that I will survive and that I can create my future is immense. My affinity for people and life is incredible. Things I was having issues with in my house just magically disappeared. Yeah, because she probably forgot where she put them kids.
Those pesky kids.
Those pesky kids. I'm hoping I can be an inspiration for others. And again, this is from walk over to that wall, touch that wall. I mean, often in Scientology, the win is not having to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all of us have fake attested to something to get out of it. We've all faked the EP of something. I mean, I did. The EP, guys, is the end phenomena, which is whatever LRH says is what you have to cognite or realize at the end of an auditing process or even a course where you reached the EP, the end phenomena. And it's usually something very specific, like the PC realizes that they're not their body and they're 76 trillion years old. Like some of them are very specific. And if I could get a hold of that EP and find it out ahead of time, I was like, oh my God, the room just changed colors. Everything's brighter. I would try so hard to get out of that stuff.
You just got to keep saying it until it hits something there that that is the end phenomena. And I always said that in Scientology, it's pretty much, if you act like you like it, it will go faster.
Absolutely. And if you thank LRH and call him your best friend.
Yeah. Best friend to mankind, a gift.
Yep.
But these days now you have to thank David Miscavige as well. So back in my day, it was L. Ron Hubbard. Oh, L. Ron Hubbard, hip, hip, hooray. And then later it's still L. Ron Hubbard, but it became chairman of the board, David Miscavige. Like all of the speeches at Flag, they were all double checked to make sure that you thank chairman of the board right after L. Ron Hubbard.
You make a good point. All of a sudden it seems like people were really thanking COB.
Mhm.
I'm not even talking about like in front of a flag audience. I'm talking about even at my local org, people would write it like, when somebody would complete a course
Mhm.
and you'd be on course. It's like when you're in a restaurant and they're like, "Happy birthday." And like all of a sudden, like I would be studying on course and the soup would go, "That's it, everybody. That's it." You know how they call that?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's it. That's it, everybody. That's it. So and so just completed their Scientology drug rundown and they're going to read their success story. And so you'd have to stop your course, which I was always so into. I never wanted to quit. I was actually napping. I was like, and
You
they
just
would
have the
read.
dictionary open, you're like holding yourself up, like with, pretending to do a demo.
I got caught napping a couple of times and I was like, I'm checking my eyelids for light leaks.
I
Excuse me, I'm not sleeping.
I was running the process through my head. It just helps me when my eyes are closed to see
I
it.
was doing a demo. But they would do that. They'd go, "That's it, everybody. That's it." And the person would read their success story or they'd talk about their success. And I started noticing that too, that they'd be like, not only is LRH my best friend, but also my best friend COB. And I was like, bitch, please, you don't even know him. And he's
Mhm.
4 feet tall. Get out of here. I actually met him twice. He's not nice. He's not your friend.
Mm-mm.
Stick with LRH. He's your best friend to mankind.
It's virtual signaling Scientology style.
Also, why are we fat shaming a 6-year-old when LRH was super overweight?
Mhm. Yeah, and not healthy, not in great shape at
No,
all. No.
not at all.
Yeah, that's
Ass kissers, Shelly.
yeah. It's the ultimate in virtue signaling Scientology style. I just really need to thank man's best friend who
The best friend of
yes,
mankind.
that
Yeah,
best.
come
He
on.
saw me, we made eye contact, we connected. I could feel his operating Thetan powers, David
He came and
Miscavige.
visited me in a session.
So saith the shepherd.
I hadn't thought of that till just now, but that was a thing. Remember that? They'd go, "That's it." And like they would do that when you're in the middle of something too. Like if you were doing a drill, like a pattern
Yeah,
drill we talked about the other day, if
yeah.
you weren't doing it right, the soup would go, "That's it. That's it. I have a question for you. Why are you adding in why are you being glib about the like remember they would
Mhm.
do that? They'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
"That's it." It's like a weird command that they would give, and I
Yeah.
haven't thought about it till just now.
It's a control because what they basically when we were on course, or if you're doing a drill with a twin, you say start. So you're being ordered to
Right.
start. So when course would start after roll call, the super I keep getting hooked on my chair. The course supervisor would say start and would give this like, very
Super tone
intentional
40.
start. And then everybody
Wait,
would
wait,
start.
wait, before they would say start, do you remember what they would say? "You guys ready to start?"
Oh, yeah.
"Good. Start."
What if you're like, no, no, man, actually, I'm kind of feeling like I could use a brownie right now.
And then when it would be break time, that's what they would do. They'd go, "That's it. It's 3:45 break. Everybody take 15 minutes." And everybody, of course, ran outside to smoke, even the 6-year-olds.
Yeah, smoke and avoid the people asking for money.
Mhm,
It was
mhm.
like getting out of that course room to the front door, at least at my org, it was like as if what I imagine playing football was like. You got the football tucked under, you got your purse and you're just trying to make it to the door, block people, dodge registrars, recruiters, people asking for money, just sidestep them. Or my favorite thing to do would be to, what do you call it? I would like basically give them a decoy. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you know what? So and so, Bob, he's on course. I heard he just inherited some money. You should go check that out. And then I run out the door.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. It was almost as good as the New Year's Eve event when I shit myself, and I literally had to give that trying to run out the door. They're like,
That
"Wait,
is
wait, wait,
commitment.
wait. We have a question for you. We need you to take a survey." And I was like, "I just shit in my Spanx tights."
And they're like, okay. And you're
We'll let it slide this time.
just like leaving the Scientology org, just crop dusting everybody as you're going by. You are definitely a suppressive person.
You could tell from day one. I shit at the New Year's Eve event sitting next to Dan O'Connor.
Next to Dan O'Connor.
I shit myself next to Dan O'Connor in my Spanx tights.
Wish I would have known that when I was in Kansas City. Instead of saying, Dan, why'd you hit Reese with a fax machine? I'd say, Dan, what do you think about Reese shitting her pants next to you? Do you just have that effect on women, Dan O'Connor? The people all around you just spontaneously start to shit?
He was the cause of all of that. He hit me with a fax machine. I went to the hospital and I got my gallbladder taken out. That's what you get. I shit myself right next to him in a chair. And the New Year's Eve. I had to go to the bathroom and unroll my Spanx tights and throw them in the trash. And it was freezing. And then I left. And they were chasing me out the door.
You left them there? You left him in the org bathroom trash?
In my car. Yeah, of course. That's what you get. You guys got my gallbladder roughed up anyway from choking me and hitting me with a fax machine. Mm-hmm. I said it. And that's what happened. And that's what happens when you do that to a woman. She shits herself right next to you. And I did crop dust.
Well, you can't help but drop some fumes with a, Spanx full of the poopy.
It was like it was yesterday. I remember it very well. It was bad.
He deserves it. I can't wait to go to Kansas City again and bring that up. I'm going to write it in chalk on the sidewalk. Dan O'Connor, remember that time Reese
shit herself
because you threw a fax machine at her? You messed up her gallbladder.
He pulled that in, if you want to be honest.
He did.
I mean, it happened to me, but I was right next to him.
Yeah.
I filled my tights.
I'm going to chase him and be like, just hold on, Dan. I feel it coming.
That is not a good effect to have on women.
That's going to be my new protest skill when I go to orgs. Is I'm going to just pass gas every time a Scientologist walks by.
Eat a bunch of sugar-free candy and just fart all over the place.
Those keto gummies. You ever eat the keto gummies? Oh my God, they're the worst. I don't know what the brand was, but this one time, you see, what happened was I wanted to lose some weight. So I was doing the keto and I have these gummies because they're these sugar-free keto gummies. And what it did to my insides was horrible. So I put them aside to throw them out. And Tony's son at the time, who was probably like 11 years old, grabs him and he's chowing down. I'm like, stop. It's going to give you like the massive poops and gas. And he's like, I don't care. They're so good. So I'm like, okay, you do you, boo. Just don't do it in my bathroom. And so he ends up, I forget about it because I think he's not going to keep eating them once it happens the first time. No, this kid doubled down. He took them to school.
Oh,
and he shared them with people.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's sad.
Oh, it was hilarious because he said by recess, kids were like, what did you give me?
Terrible. I really don't fart much, but if I eat sugar-free candy, I found that out when I got the beaties. I was like, well, I'll just get some sugar-free stuff. I couldn't stop farting. It was horrible. It was really bad.
There's something fake. Like I do fine with the monk fruit sweetener, but I don't know what they put in those keto gummies, but dang.
That's what we should do. We should eat a bunch of that and go to the and just rip it.
This is what you get, Dan O'Connor.
That's what you get. I saw Kathy said Dan pulled it in and Reese pulled it off. Oh, it was terrible. It's not, I mean, I've crapped myself many times. It's nothing new. I usually do it quarterly.
Yeah, well, you got the gallbladder and all that, right?
I got no gall, yeah, but
right?
Sitting next to Dan O'Connor in an event in my tights New Year's Eve was awful. That was a bad one.
I feel like you deserve an award. You should get an award for that.
I should have, but it did get me out of there. I didn't have to fill out any surveys. Yeah.
You didn't have to be recruited afterwards.
Nothing. They were like, we'll pay you to leave. Please just get out of here. Really stinking up the hallway. That was the old org. It was a small space. It was bad.
Now they have that big old building. At least there's someplace they could run, but it just can't be good. I don't know what's in those things, but it cannot be good for humans that you
No.
can't actually digest it like that. That's just crazy.
Serious leakage. Yeah.
Let's see. We got somebody who attested, a mom who attested to the state of clear. Says, hello, I recently posted here when I attested to clear in December. Oh, I guess it's an update. I thought I was done auditing for a while and secured my training package at Flag, from student hat to metering. So metering is the professional metering course. It's where you learn how to use the meter. And she would have done a professional training routines course in between there too. If that did not make me more happy than anything else I wish for in life, my husband closed me to do L11 right away, and I started it January 1st. Now, L11, I think it costs like at a minimum $25,000. So
I want to say it's more than that.
Yeah. I think it's like, you're right. If you need like 4 intensive, so it could be $75,000.
It probably starts there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's a Flag only rundown.
So her husband goes and pays for this and convinces her to do it. There's only one reason dude is paying. He's gonna hand out $25,000 to $75,000. He thinks Scientology is gonna fix his wife. That's what that's about.
So Irina, I agree. L11 is a status symbol. It is you're such a big deal. Anybody that spouts off, well, I did my L's last year. The L's, because there's L11, which you do first, and then L10, and then L12, right? Or am I wrong?
It's not you do weird. You do is it L10, L11, L12? Is that what you just said?
No, it's not you do L11 first, I'm pretty sure.
Then 10 and 12.
Yes.
So
I'm pretty sure. But if you've done the L's, you've got money to burn, and you're a big deal, and you're a D swinger all up and down Flag.
My husband closed me to do the L's. Your husband is trying to fix you, make you more of a Stepford wife. That's what your husband's trying to do. That's why he paid that much money.
Or he's shipping you off to Flag because he's boning the nanny.
He wants to get rid of you for a while. That is an option too. I feel like it is. Pamela, member on your channel for 7 months.
Oh, thanks, Pamela. Love you, girl.
Yeah. Hey, babes. Love you both. And Riley's Human is a new member, I believe, on your channel.
Love you, Riley's Human. Thank you.
We'll grab another one of these and then we will wrap it up. This is on your channel. Anna says,
Anna!
Hi, ladies. Better late than never. You are the best. And Nat, you rock the protesting today. Thanks, Anna.
I love Anna Witt. She's so cute. I love her so much. She's amazing.
That is awesome. So let's see. There's this one. Where did it go? Oops. Do I have it pulled up? Okay. Hold on. I'm going to find one and then pull it up. I just want to make sure I don't pull up one with the.
I know they're kind of hard because I sent you so many.
Yeah. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. Now it's going forward. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Crucial one. Oh, this will be a good one. This has to do with labor. I don't even need to read the whole thing.
Super chatted you.
Aw, baby steps. Thank you so much. You two are hilarious. I love you together and that you are doing more together. Nat, I'm replay crew on your channel. Love you both. Thank you for baby steps.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Okay, so check this one out. Can you see it enough to read it?
Yeah, let me sneeze. Hold on. Okay.
Your sneeze is so dainty. I sneeze, I can bring the house down. Tony used to scare him. He'd be like, Jesus, babe, where does it even come from?
It's just my sneezes and my ankles. The rest is all loud.
You got dainty ankles?
Dainty ankles and feet and sneezes. That's it. Sorry. Yes, I can read that.
Oh, and Riley's Human back on your channel says, sorry, I didn't realize I ran out of memberships. Wait a minute. People super sticker when they let their membership run out on accident. Where's my people? Where's my members at?
I was gonna say, I thought you were a member, Riley's Human. That's funny. I know my class. I know my people. Thank you for becoming a member again. I know. It's
She let it
crazy.
run out, though. I love the responsibility taken, though. Okay, let me pull this back up for you. Can you
Spoken
see
like
that
a
okay?
Scientologist. Oh, yeah. I still can have my near vision. I just turned 40, so we're good for a couple of years.
I barely do.
One of the greatest joys of my life was to realize that good medical tech will always align with Dianetics. Good medical tech will always align with that. Wow.
Hmm.
So I thought I would share a little about how this is so. Please do, Tanya. First of all, understanding Dianetic engrams as they occur in the body is crucial. When women are in labor, the body may or may not have an engram. What? That's not what LRH says. You're a liar and a fraud.
Squirrel.
During moments between uterine contractions, it doesn't hurt in most women. Okay, now we know you're lying. That is not then an engram, maybe a secondary or lock, but not always. However, the mom's experience does not always mirror the baby's experience. Remember this for my next post. What a creeper. For example, when time between uterine contractions occurs, pain lets up and the mom is greatly relieved. Yet we've all had periods too, Tanya. Get to the point. But what about the baby? If labor works correctly and the bag of waters, ew, is intact during most of labor and in recall high school physics, what? And the science of liquids, okay. You should have read this one. I'm getting grossed out. The amniotic fluid equalizes the pressure around the baby. The fluid safeguards the umbilical cord. Okay, what are we, a doctor here?
Yeah, where is this even? So the fluid safeguards the umbilical cord from being mashed.
Did
The fetal head
Tanya
should
go to
be.
medical school? She's a
Oh
liar and a
my
fraud.
God, I know who this is. She's a midwife. She delivered my first child.
What?
This is
You just
Tanya Brooks.
remembered this?
Yeah, she used to run the Gentle Birth Center in Glendale. That's where I had my daughter when I was in the Sea Org. So is she
Yikes.
saying then that when women are in labor, the body may or may not have an engram? That's not what L. Ron Hubbard says,
That's
but
not what Lafayette says.
weird that but she is a midwife. She's delivered a ton of babies, including one of mine.
Okay, well, she clearly doesn't know anything about every uterus because that's not true. Okay, let's read this. The fluid safeguards the umbilical cord from being mashed. The fetal head should be protected against being pushed against the cervix by trapped amniotic fluid called the forewaters. Okay, Tanya, gross. But this
Ew.
does not work as well if waters broke early. Remember, an engram has to have enough pain to diminish one's consciousness and have a perceived or real threat. That's not necessarily true. An engram, you can lose consciousness even from stubbing your toe a little bit. Like that's what I read in Dianetics. It doesn't have to be actual consciousness, like you're going in and out of consciousness from a car
Mhm,
accident.
mhm.
You can gash your arm open and for sure like go out of PT present time and you lose consciousness. Okay, anyway, Tanya's a liar.
Mhm.
Um, thus the people and environment must be supportive. Oh my God. For me, this is good agreement. Good agreement. Happy, uptone, and competent providers, as well as mom, dad, and friends staying uptone. And because not all of labor is an engram, it means you can usually squeak quietly between contractions. Is she serious? What a squirrel.
Squirrel.
Speak. I said squeak. I can't believe I said that. Speak quietly between contractions. We are speaking of labor here, not the birth itself. What happens during a uterine contraction that is strong enough to cause cervical change and thus advanced labor? The fetus, preborn baby, is pushed deeper into the
Where'd it pick up there? Well, she wrote
pelvis, creating a pressure. Tanya's too much.
this is
She's
like
trying to play
way too
doctor here.
long. I mean, first off, I think right off the bat here, it's shocking to me that she's contradicting L. Ron Hubbard, but I'm here for it. So Tanya Brooks, the Gentle Birth Center is in Glendale. And so if you were pregnant, like in my situation in the Sea Organization, that's usually where you had your baby. This is before they would get rid of people before the baby was born. The year was 1998. I was just a young 19-year-old Sea Org member who could no longer fit into her skirts. And I went to the Gentle Birth Center to have the baby, to have my daughter, but we did a birthing class. In fact, I did a birthing class at the Gentle Birth Center with one of L. Ron Hubbard's daughters was in my birthing class.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have a question. Is that place still there?
I don't know, but she did get into some trouble in situations. There were some legal things going on. She was up on charges at one point, but they got dropped. I think it had something to do with, I don't know what the circumstances were for, a couple of babies that didn't make it. And in all fairness, that can happen in hospitals too. I don't know the details. I can only speak from my experience, and despite the fact that she was a Scientologist, she was a good midwife, and they did good classes and stuff there. So that's what I know about that. But that whole post was a hot mess. I mean, what are you even talking about?
Ridiculous. That was weird. Tanya's weird, and I hope she is getting sec checked right now. Tanya deserves it.
She does deserve it. She does.
What was she talking about? And also, it's important to stay up tone and have competent people like
during the labor, because you don't want somebody who's like just had a bad sandwich or something sitting around bitching about it. You have
Tanya
to
likes
be
the sound of her own voice.
Well, we tried to do as close as we could to a silent birth, and it was with no drugs. This was a birthing center, not a hospital. Drugs were not even an option. If there was an emergency, she would have called 911, and then you go to the hospital. My daughter was born at 3:30. I was back in my room at the Blue Buildings, I think by 7:30, 8:00 that night. I mean,
back
it was
on post.
Yeah, not back on post. They wouldn't allow it because I had to hide the baby. They didn't want me walking around with her showing other Sea Org members that I had had a baby. So yeah, they're just not about that life. I want to catch up here. No one, thank you for being a member for a month. I think that's on my channel. Riley's Human kindly became a member on my channel too. I love the mutual love like that. I really do.
Really sweet. I love our people.
I appreciate that. And then Meryl West, thank you for the super sticker. Loving you too for the awesome people you both
Thank
are.
You, Meryl.
And Kim White, who I think is on my channel as a member, thank you so much. Or if you're a member for 6 months on Reese's, thank you as well. Earlier, you showed the Nashville org with a banner about Sunday service. Can anyone walk in? I'm watching you each on iPhone and my computer. Aww. Everybody pay attention. Kim White is doing it right. I forgot to tell you early on, you got to put Reese on one phone and me on the iPad.
I think you can you just open 2 pages? Like open 2 tabs?
If you're on a computer.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah.
If you so choose to be that dedicated. Yes, anybody can go to Sunday service. That's what they have it for. As a matter of fact, no Scientologists go to Sunday service. I think I've been to like 4 in my whole life. Nobody goes. And if you do have a public show up for Sunday service, they fill the room with other staff members to make it look like it's hopping.
Yeah, exactly. It did. Do you mind if my grandson says hi quick? He's just like losing his mind over here.
Your grandson?
Oh, what? Wait. Are you coming? Nope. Now he took off.
You have a child in that house?
Yeah, my daughter moved in with me and my grandson, so I get to see Oliver half the time.
How old is he?
He is, what are you, Ollie, 6 or 7? 7? I think he's 7.
Oh, cool. Where does he work? So does he have a full-time job?
Not yet. Right now, part-time because he is in school.
2 pounds a month? Are you guys concerned about that?
3, but we're kind of letting it go. We're getting real loosey-goosey.
Not putting a lot of attention on it.
We're trying not to because it'll just create more of that situation. But I'm going to get him to do some serious work around here. Somebody needs to learn how to use the snow blower thing. I don't know how. I think that should be his job. He needs to seriously buck up.
If he needs any kind of like references, you can put my name down if any employer wants to give me a call.
Oh, good. I appreciate that. You're a real friend, girl. You're a real
Absolutely.
friend.
But if he's 7, he should have a job by now. Just keep that in mind.
Full time.
Check Craigslist.
That's where you should find it. Joanne, thank you for becoming a member. Became a YouTube member. We're a little confused on who channels. I think it's on mine because I think yours has the loop-de-loop.
Yeah, the little paperclip. I'm pretty sure Joanne became a member on yours because she's already a member with me.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oliver, they're all saying hi, buddy.
I didn't know that. That's so cute.
Yeah, I have a 6 or I guess 7-year-old grandson, and my granddaughter is 3.
So she lives there too?
No, No,
Oh, okay.
they live in the city.
I know what that's like. I know what that's about, living
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, my
Oh, that's
family
really
acts like I live in
cute.
the country, but compared to where they live, it is like that. But Oliver wants to be a YouTuber, and so when he is here, every chance he gets, he wants to come in and say hi.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, I wanna see him. Send me a picture of him. Bet
Yeah, I
he's
totally
cute.
will. Yeah, he's super cute, but
Love his name.
he is really, sassy, though. One time I was doing a live with him, and I forgot to plug in his headphones, and I wanted to do a reaction video to a song, so I was messing with it, and Tony was in the chat and said, "Oliver, your grandma's a professional," and I'm putting this stuff together, during the live stream, and I'm like, "See, Oliver, I'm a professional," and he doesn't miss a beat, and he goes, "Well, I don't know about professional." He was 6 then.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah. It's
cute.
cutting.
They're
I gotta be,
cute.
like, on my toes. I just feel like otherwise he's like a middle school mean girl, to be
Yeah,
honest. I love him to death, but he's going
a lot
through a
of
phase.
sass.
He's
I have to
going
say I love his name, though. Like, I would like to date an Oliver, something kinda distinguished like that.
yeah.
Maybe a
Oliver.
Toby. Toby. It's
Toby.
kind of it's different.
I hear Kelly
Oliver's
Copter
good.
saying it when I hear that. Oliver, Toby.
Oliver. Yeah, yeah, Oliver's good. I might date someone named Oliver, that's a good one. Kids say weird things. You have to get over that. I saw my sister's kids on Sunday. Now
Mhm.
he's 3 and the other one is 1, but I saw her 1-year-old and the 3-year-old came up to me and he goes, "That's my mom's baby." I was
Oh,
like, "You mean
who's
your
the baby?
brother?"
Yeah. He's like, "I'm not claiming this, and I had nothing to do with it. I don't know how it happened."
"That's my mom's baby."
Yeah, that's my mom's baby. This is
Yeah, I
not
was like,
me.
"Get a job. What are you even
This is
doing
not
here?"
on brand.
Yeah, "Go be a paper
I'm
boy, you're 3."
You should. Aria, thank you so much for becoming a member. I think that's on my channel.
That's your
Thank you.
channel because she's a member on mine. I love Aria.
Oh, awesome. I love that. I love that our worlds are coming together. We're like bringing
Yes,
together a blended family, Reese.
we are. I love
Yes,
that.
I
We have
love
a
it.
lot of the same people, and I love that. So supportive.
Love Maddie is saying, did Reese see Dan Walks LA video of the Nashville org? No, but I recapped it. I will text you a link because
Yeah.
that's where the metal thing is knocked down. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, that's weird. Now I wanna go to the Nashville org.
I know. I wanna go too. I should look at tickets because I could stay in Nashville. Bummer is because of your cats. I can't stay at your house. I'd have to stay in a nearby town.
Are you allergic?
I'm so allergic to cats.
I have, like, 15 cats now. It's awful.
Oh, well, gosh, you're just, like, gonna turn into a cat lady. You should come see me then. I have no cats.
I had no intention of having all these cats. People just dump them out here, and I bring them in.
They're not all in the house,
Neutered.
are they?
Yeah, they're all in the house. Where would they be? On the roof? What do you mean?
These should be outdoor cats. There's probably ordinances against this, you felon.
Ordinances out here in the Wild West? There's nothing, I promise. There's nothing.
That's
People do what
true.
they want. No, but they could get eaten. There's, like,
Well,
eagles and shit out here.
there's obviously an
Wolves.
overpopulation thing with cats. I mean, listen to me. I'm all like, "Drop them in a volcano." There's too many. I've been dating Xenu too long.
There's jackals out here. We have hyenas. You can't just throw a cat out.
So they're not like food? I mean, circle of life?
See, I feel that way about children and humans. I'm the opposite with animals.
Oh, really? No, I'm the
Yeah,
opposite. I'm
no.
like,
Like, if
sounds
somebody
like
dumped a toddler out here, I'd be like, "Find your own way. Yeah, walk down that dirt road. Somebody'll pick you up, kid."
"Carry
Because
on, my
yeah.
wayward son." Uh, Lisa Kelson dropped you a super sticker, says, "Love seeing you 2 together. Thanks for the giggles."
Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. I love you, girl. This was fun, Nat. We
Yeah.
need to do this on a regular basis. Well, I mean, do you guys like it? I don't wanna do it if it's not fun content. I mean,
Yeah. Throw
but
some
I would
ones in the chat if you would like to see us do this on a regular basis, and if you're catching it on the replay on our channels, let us know too.
yeah, leave
Jump
a
into those
comment.
comments. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the video on whatever channel you're at, and be sure to check your subscribe for both of us because we're like 2 for
The
the price of
police will be
1.
showing up at any minute at Reese's house about the cats. I'm sure Jeff has made the phone call already.
Yeah, take note of that. Take note of that because there are ordinances about how many animals you can have in a house.
The cellist is sending the cops again.
Oh my God, when I heard that was his nickname, every time you say it, I like die. It's so
The
funny.
cellist.
The
Yeah.
cellist.
The cellist is sending them. You know what? We're on a first name basis with these cops. I've seen them so many times. I've been in and out of jail all weekend, so I'm
Yeah,
sure they'll be
well,
back.
they're getting to know you. It's good. I mean, when the cops know your name, it's
I want to
like,
date one of them. I've always wanted to date a cop
really? Why a cop?
because I like men being in control of me, and it's a sick problem.
Do you like sometimes to take control though? See, I like both.
No,
Really.
I like it. I like the idea of dating a cop. Even a lawyer might be kind of fun. I'm sure I might end up dating one of those because I have to get them all the time since I'm a felon.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
might benefit you to date a lawyer, although I feel like they'd be a little argumentative. I myself am looking for an extraterrestrial handyman. I've got a
Handsy
little
man? Oh, handyman.
handyman, you
I like
know?
a handsy man.
Shannon's Journey, thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate that. We got a lot of ones. Aria, this is on your channel. Love seeing y'all stream together.
Love you, Aria. Yeah, let's do it again. We'll do
Yeah.
this again, guys. I don't know if we'll make it maybe a weekly thing. If we do, we'll probably keep it consistent so that
Yeah.
everybody knows when to show up. I mean, Nat and I tend to stream on Fridays, but we
Yeah,
could do any day. I mean, for
I
me,
like I like Friday nights because let's be honest, I don't have plans.
you don't. I told you though, if I start dating, Fridays are off the table.
Oh, yeah. Well, until one of us has a hot date, maybe we'll kinda stick with Fridays.
If I start dating one of these country cops, which I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned there were 2, so I don't know, maybe I need to come see you. Joe Virus wants to see I brought David Miscavige back from protesting. So
Oh,
he got to
cute.
go with us. I put him in a little bag.
Oh, I have him too. I
That's for
forgot to
you,
put him
Joe
on the
Virus.
shelf.
Oh, cute. We got matching.
Somebody sent me this, but Bo keeps grabbing it off the shelf and running around the house with it. But yeah, I have one too. I
You know
don't know what
what's
to do with them.
crazy? My dog used to take stuffed animals because he loved them all the time. Would never tear them apart, just carry them around.
No,
He wanted
they're his
nothing to do
babies.
with this doll. Nothing to do with it. It's the only one he didn't touch.
Oh, weird. No, he's the same way. They're his babies. He just carries them around like there's no damage done. But he has a huge box of toys that he takes seriously. He brings one to bed every night. We have
Wow.
favorites. He has Rupert. He has Winston. Those are his 2 favorites. But
Mhm.
yeah, he takes it very seriously.
Wow. Gypsy Soul, thank you so much for becoming a member. I can't remember if I said thank you on that one because, got the menopause brain right now.
I get that.
I'm
I
like,
get
what did
that.
I just say?
Are you
Yeah.
going through the change, Nat?
Oh, girl, I'm well into it. I've done my year. So when you're 1 year, 12 months with no period, you are officially in menopause. So I've been in menopause for, I don't know, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. It's the best thing ever. Now that I've got the hot flashes
Really?
fairly under control, yeah. I don't know. You just like, you don't have a period anymore. Now, I've heard it's not that great for a lot of people. And honestly, I've been through so much in the last couple of years with Tony's illness that I don't think that like I would recognize the symptoms because
Oh, yeah.
when you got a lot going on, but
I'm
I
just a little
love not
scared
having
because
a
my
period.
mom said that you don't wanna have sex anymore, and I don't want that to happen to me.
That is not true.
Oh, so she's just
Now,
lying to me.
well, yeah, your mom's lying.
Your
Your
mom's a
mom's a
liar.
filthy liar. Your mom is a filthy, dirty liar, and it's about time you knew. No, it does for some because your hormones change. So I guess I should correct that. For some, it does. It does. That's one of the side effects of menopause is you can have less of that desire. But it doesn't have to be that way. I
I
think it's
just
just
have horrible periods. I have really bad, painful periods. So I'm really looking forward to that. My mom said she was
oh yeah.
55 when she went through it. I don't know if that means
Oh,
I will be
usually, yeah.
55. Okay.
Usually it's close to what happened to the mother.
Will I still be dateable?
Oh God, yeah. Well, well then, am I dateable?
Well, you're super cute. I just wanna make sure, like, I wanna get down still. Like, I
Oh my
really
gosh,
like to get
I'm
down.
telling you, there are women I know who are in menopause who are just, like, having very full sex lives and romantic lives when they want to, when they want it. It's just
Where
yeah,
do I do How do I sign up for that?
I don't know, maybe it's one of those apps. Joe Virus, thank you for the super sticker for the Davy Toss. Yep, that was for you.
That's true, I could maybe get one of those apps.
Yeah,
Um,
I was asking my kids about them, like, what do people do these days? There are so many, so many. It used to be all like I thought there was just Match.com. Now I haven't dated since the 90s. So, I don't know, but I hear there's a whole bunch of them. One of my kids met her husband on one of those apps. I know so many people who've met people on those different apps.
Here's the problem though, and then we can go. I don't wanna get married again because I've seen so many people all excited when I first met them when they were together, and now they're married and they're like, "Ugh." Like, nobody's happy. So I just wanna go through, like, just kinda revolving door it. Like, I don't want things to get stale, so I just wanna, like, you're done and then get another one. I
I
like
get it.
those jittery butterfly feelings.
Yeah, you want to lease, you don't want to buy.
Yeah, because honestly, I always continue those feelings. Every guy I've been with, I usually continue to wanna like, I continue the sex life, all of that. Things don't die out for me. It does for them, though,
For men?
I'm finding. Well, for the guys, like, I don't know, I feel like they get kinda bored and tired of it. Not me. I still like to go to the rodeo. I still like
No,
to go
I
out to
think you just need
dinner.
to find the right guy.
It could be too that I only date really older dudes, so they get kinda worn out. I
Yeah,
probably wear them out.
yeah. It's like our knees. We only have so many bends in a lifetime. So I would imagine that, men, I think it's later that it happens, but there's medication for that. Of course there is because it's for men. But
You
yeah, I
mean,
don't
like,
know. A lot of people have
sleepy pills?
Ingrid says women have sex in their late 70s.
Oh, I intend to, Ingrid. All up and down this here town, pound town.
Yeah. Irina says online dating is not fun. Lots of work, not great result, at least in the UK.
I'm just gonna go to Whole Foods and ask somebody out. I saw Steven Tyler at Whole Foods once. If I
You
see him
did?
there again, yeah, I'm
Did
gonna
you
ask
ask
him
him
out.
to tap your melons?
No, because he's creepy looking,
You
but
just walk around with a watermelon and ask people to thump it or whatever melon you're supposed to thump. I
squeeze
don't
these
even know. Listen
melons.
to me. I don't even know how to choose a
You
melon.
would be a good one with that pickup line because you have bodacious melons. I have tiny melons. I'd have to be like, "Squeeze this fupa." I don't have melons. You wanna squeeze my undercarriage? I don't have any melons, I just have a fupa
This is the fupa you've been waiting for all your life. We need to normalize the
with a
fupa.
chalupa.
It's a chalupa fupa. Hey, look at this though. Tabitha says you can have as much sex as you want after menopause.
Okay, okay. You're not, like, dried up like a bucket of sand?
No, no. And
Okay.
even if you are, or if that becomes a symptom of menopause, there are products for that.
Well, true, true. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got plenty of that.
lots. You can have all
Okay,
kinds of fun with it.
okay.
Mhm.
I'm just, I feel like I've hit that point where I really enjoy this, and, maybe I'll find a nice, country guy.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. And maybe they're doing that online dating. Although Kestrel says hated online dating way back.
I don't think
I
I'm a
don't know.
candidate for it. I really don't. Like, I'm so open to just walking up and talking to someone, I'm
Yeah.
not afraid to do that, that the online thing freaks me out. I would rather just walk up to someone and find out he's married, but, it just seems more appropriate for me than weird, creepy online dating.
It
I
could
wish we
be.
could do speed dating.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
We should. Alex says his grandma's in her late 80s and recently met a man who's in his 60s. She proposed to
Dang.
as her toy boy. It's cute, and she found love so late in life.
Whoa. That's crazy. I wonder if I'm gonna reverse it when I'm in my 80s, because I like men in their 80s now. What's gonna happen when I'm in my 80s? I'm gonna be
Mm.
dating Kirk Douglas.
I think though, I'd like to see trying if we get you a little closer to your age so there can be
Ooh.
longer term. Because when you think about what you want, if you want to have a very active sex life, I'm not sure you're going to get that with a man in his
Oh, come
80s
on. They make
necessarily.
Cialis. Um,
I don't know the hips can handle
no.
it.
I'm serious. No, 80s, I am gonna try. I talked to a friend this morning on the phone. I'm gonna try to do 50s again. Tommy was the youngest for me. He was 54. That's young. That's
Yeah,
a bit of a little it's a little bird. It's a young bird. But I think I'm gonna try 50s because then I do have a good couple of decades,
yeah,
hopefully, before they kick it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. You'll have more time, but everybody's chiming in and being like, yeah, you can have sex for as long as you like.
Okay. Well, I like to do it. I like
Yeah.
to get down.
Anna Witt says, I hear guys peak at 30 and women at 50.
Nice, Anna. You would know. Anna Witt, she gets out there. I'm serious. I love Anna Witt. She's amazing. I'm proud of her. She gets around.
I'd like to hear more of these Anna Witt stories.
I channel Anna Witt. I love her.
Joe says, years ago, someone set me up at a blind date. Was the worst time ever. Never doing that again. I don't think I ever got set up on a blind date before. I don't
Me
think so.
either.
You?
I want to stream it so bad though. I want to go like speed dating and stream
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that would be fun. There's got to be a place that allows it. Or or we could just host our own speed dating thing and be like, you can come, but we're streaming it.
Like who would show up? Do I just set up a table outside and go come sit with me and
Oh yeah, yeah.
we
You
click?
get on the internet, you order a sign from like a Vistaprint or you print it at home and you put right there speed dating, 5 minutes per person. Something like that. And you just let them come up and they'll be like, "Oh, okay." Then you ask your questions and then if you're not interested, I wish we could be this is probably not going to work because it's socially people don't work like this. But it would be so nice to just be able to be honest and while they're talking as soon as you're done go swipe left and then next.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like I know it's desperate looking, but it would be so fun to set up a table and put up a sign that says like speed dating. Please come sit
I
with
don't
me and
think it's
speed date
desperate.
me.
I think it sounds efficient. Do it outside of some eateries. Nashville has live music and all those
Yeah,
things, right? In
speed
fact,
date us.
let's just rent a bus.
That would be go from town to town and set up a table that says speed date us 5 minutes per person, unless we wanna get on it, and that's different.
Exactly.
That would be I would do it in a heartbeat. That would be so much fun.
Pocono Plux says set it up outside the org.
Also, wouldn't it be fun to say that's how you met your boyfriend or your
Yeah, we met on speed dating.
roommate or
Yeah,
whatever?
and even Joe Virus says that he would love to host a speed dating stream for you, rent a warehouse and camera crew.
I
And
would
even
love
Rain
to do
says
it.
you can invoke the lemon law.
What's the limit? Oh,
I guess
squeeze
you
these
turn it back
lemons.
in. Mhm.
Um, who will Reese give a rose to this week?
Exactly.
How about
Oh,
a
yeah.
nursing home tour? That's a great idea.
Mhm. Who said nursing home tour?
Scientology triggers. I'm serious, Nat. I would do it in a heartbeat. And I know people would go and make fun of me and go, God, what a desperate loser. What a desperate fool at the end of her pitiful rope.
There it is.
But I
But
would do it.
hey, if people are into it, why not? I just feel like life is too short to give too much of a
Oh
crap
my
about
God. Speed
what other
dating would
people
be
are gonna
and
think
why
about
is it
it.
any more desperate than Match.com? I'm just putting
Yeah.
myself out there on the streets,
You're a woman out
not
there
in an
saying
illegal way. Please don't send the police.
yeah. Alana, this is on your channel, says recreate the dating game or the Bachelorette, Nat and
Yes.
Reese edition. Oh,
Do you think any guys would show up? That would be the embarrassing part, is if like not one man showed up.
exactly. Because, if you think about it, I don't know about your demographics, but my audience is 80% women.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
know
mean,
how
I
we
don't
would,
know how to check it, but Tommy told me that once. He was like, "You're
yeah.
like really high percentage women."
You know what we'd have to do is get all of our female friends to just set us up. Just be like, okay, who you got? Who you got? Maybe we could
Yeah.
just do it online. You bring somebody, we interview him. We should interview them for each other too, to really make sure.
And then if they make it through the first round,
Mhm.
I would like to try kissing.
Yeah, try it out on the front end.
Yeah, I wanna see. I wanna see what it's like. I wanna do it. I'm not kidding. Is anybody gonna show up, though? That would be the worst part, to sit there for, like, 3 hours.
Maybe you gotta offer something like, foods or cookies. You got any good cookies out there?
Oh, Kathy Ann said, "My viewers are 89% female." Wow.
Ooh, even more. Yeah. No, mine are like 78%. So apparently there's
You
still
have you have guys on your channel?
22% male. So
Well,
apparently,
where
yeah,
are they?
I don't know.
Fellas, step right up.
Karen says older men are a hot commodity.
Yeah, and it really makes those older single women mad that I swim in their pool.
I bet. I bet
Yeah.
because you're just this young thing running around your tight little skirts.
Tight little skirt. I get it. Never mind, I was thinking something else. I'm not that young, but I did have a C-section.
I'm not bragging, but yeah, no.
I was thinking of my future. I wanted to keep it good. I do my Kegels.
Oh, good. I'm so bad. I try to remember, seriously.
I was told recently that it's good.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. The most
It's all
recent
about health.
boyfriend.
It's
He
all
said it
about
was
health.
great, actually, one of the best he's had, and he's had a lot. And I was very, very happy to hear that.
That always makes a
DJ
lady
is
feel special.
62. Huh?
I said that always helps a lady feel special to
Yeah.
hear how many people the person she's with has slept with.
Right. That is, but it did make me feel special at the end of every event. He would say, "That thing is good. It's tight. Good
You're
job."
good for 3,000 more miles.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Was there something you wanted me to pull up?
Our friend DJ, I think he's on your channel, DJ Goldenheart. He volunteers. He says he's 62.
Oh, okay. He's on your channel right now.
Okay, well, DJ, put a damn picture up. Don't be creeping me out with just a D. Like I need you
Yeah.
to well, we
Yeah,
might
let's
like
get
that
some
D,
emails.
but put a picture up.
That's right. Sharon, I think on your channel, member for 3 months, says, "Hey, guys."
Love you, Sharon. This was fun. Nat, let's try to figure out some speed dating.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we can come up with too for next week. We could like learn how to speed date because there's probably questions. I feel like we could come up with somewhere a bunch of dating questions and we could probably, so we're prepared. What, if we're really being good ex-Scientologists, we're going to lean into, read it, drill it, do it. So let's see if we
Yeah.
can find some questions for dating.
Good Lord.
Oh my God, that's
Scared the
frightening.
ever living right out of me.
You don't do that to people with the PTSD.
Come here. Hey. Whoa. We live out in the
Oh,
middle of nowhere. Sweet
that
Jesus.
that dog is out.
Yeah, I don't want to have heart problems here. Come here, Bo. Bobo, come here. You didn't hear anything. Quit
But we will.
encouraging
If
your
anybody
sister.
knows of a thing of questions that we should know about ourselves for dating, send it. You can email me, Natalie@lifeafteraccult.com. There's got to be an online thing we could do. We could next week, I say, go through it and have people help us figure out. I mean, I haven't dated since the 90s except for Xenu, but it's easier because, he's telepathic. It's just different.
I want to date. I haven't really ever dated. I told my friend this morning, Michelle, I was like, I want to date like 6 guys at once. She was like, whoa, slow down. I'm serious. I think it would be so fun to like have options and not just
Yeah.
go, okay, you'll do.
Well,
That
that's what
works.
dating is you just you date. That doesn't mean unless you choose to that you're sleeping with every single person that you're dating, but you're just going out. Now, yeah. If there's any other galactic overlords out there that I might be interested in.
I want to. I want to give it a try.
Yeah. We're
I'm
going to
kind
look
of
into
mad that
this.
nobody's reached out to me and said like my son or, my grandpa or my
Yeah.
dad.
Ooh, Irina's got a date on Monday. I already know it's
Hey,
going to go bad, but maybe I'll be pleasantly proven wrong. I'm telling you, girl, you got to go into it with an open mind and you
with an
never know.
excited cooter. I'm excited to date. I'm not looking forward. Like I would never say what Irina just said. Like I would probably make him cancel before we even went because I'd be like texting him and blowing up his phone. Like I can't wait for this. And I was told that I have a great badge, so you're in for a
Yeah.
treat, Mister.
Yeah, potentially if you play your cards right.
That's
You gotta
right.
hold out though. You gotta make sure it's gotta
Yeah,
be top
no.
notch. For your top notch, you need top notch.
And that's my problem is there's never been any velvet rope at Club Reese. Anybody can get in.
You like the town bicycle? Everybody gets a ride.
The old Greyhound bus. Yeah.
All right. Well, before we fall into even more depravity, we have to save it for another week. So everybody, you know the drill. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. You
Love
know
you
you want to.
guys. Please do. Yeah. Please subscribe and like.
Yeah, keep us in business. All right. Good night, everybody.
See you guys next week.